my name is Patricia and welcome to my channel. Alright, so I got two messages from two separate subscribers asking me, basically telling me that they were interested in transitioning into a vegetarian lifestyle and was interested in trying some vegetarian meat but didn't know where to turn to. And I post a lot of pictures on Instagram, you know, of my food and what I'm eating and things like that, and a lot of times there's vegetarian meat in those pictures. So they were asking me basically which ones should they kind of stay away from and which ones are the good ones. I thought this was an excellent question and a perfect video topic for me to address. Some people do want to go ahead and give up meat or at least reduce their meat content, but don't know where to start when it comes to vegetarian meat, and I thought this would just be a perfect video to do. Alright, so I'm just give you guys a history on my meat eating and what my diet consists of right now. It's a little confusing, but stick with me. I was raised to eat only kosher meats, and so there's certain meat that I don't eat and I haven't eaten anyways my whole life. That includes lobster, that includes crab, that includes shrimp, that includes pork. I have never had any of those meats and I do not eat any of those meats anyway. So even when I was eating meat, it was chicken, turkey, goat. Okay, I'm from the islands. Come on, somebody. I was eating that goat. Lord, that goat. Hallelujah. Thank you for the goat. Lamb, beef, you know, meats like those. But about maybe longer now, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I decided to transition to a pescatarian lifestyle. So I do eat fish, and that's particularly the only meat that I do eat. Still sticking with my kosher diet, so there's definitely fish that I don't eat. Like, I don't eat catfish. That's particular, and like I said, I don't eat other seafood like lobster, shrimp, and stuff like that. Though I do consider myself a pescatarian, in the last year or so, I've had a little bit less of a strict diet, meaning most of the time I only eat fish. However, occasionally I will eat a chicken nugget here and there. This actually has a particular name when you reduce your meat content and only eat meat every once in a while. If I can find the name of it, I'll put it on the screen. So you can personalize this thing however you see fit for yourself. The reason why I decided to, you know, eliminate meat from my diet or reduce meat in my diet can be different than yours. For me, it's purely a health thing for me. Alright, so let's get to the purpose of this video. I'm going to show you guys a few brands of vegetarian meat that I do think you should definitely eat. Vegetarian meat has a really bad rap these days, and I think they've always had a pretty bad rap, especially for those who are totally unfamiliar with it. My parents were vegetarian when I was born. My dad was a vegetarian probably up until the time I was about 16 years old, and I think my mom transitioned back to eating meat when I was about 10 years old. So they decided not to make my sister, or force my sister and I to be vegetarian. They decided to make us just choose for ourselves. So since I was born into a vegetarian home, I'm very familiar with vegetarian meat. I've been eating it ever since that I was, you know, ever since I was a child. I was eating vegetarian meat. So I have a good idea at what's good and what's not good. Alright, I'm going to start off with Morningstar, okay? Morningstar, if I could, this is not going to be in any particular order, but if I were to put them in order, I would definitely put Morningstar at number 1, okay? Morningstar, the taste is very good. You know, some of the formulas do taste like meat. Others don't particularly taste like meat. They just taste good, you know what I mean? And so Griller Original is probably the one that my parents like ate the most. It's just like supposed to mimic a typical burger, but my mom did everything with this. I mean, she crushed it up, made meatballs out of it, she put it in sandwiches, she sliced it up and stir-fried it with some veggies. Like, Griller, especially this original one, is really good. It tastes really good. The sodium content is less, and also the fat content is also less than some of the other brands. So I have so this is the Griller Original. I also have, this is a really good one, the spicy black bean burger. Oh my gosh, this is good. Definitely have to pick this one up. It's very tasty. If you put this in a sandwich with a few slices of avocado and a little bit of salsa, okay, come on somebody. They do have the best breakfast meat also, in my opinion. They have sausage links, they have bacon strips, and they also have sausage patties, which I feel are so good. They have this maple flavored kind that I guess they put maple syrup in it, and I know that sounds nasty because I thought it was too, but when I tried it I was like, this is so good. It's 80 calories for one, 160 for two, which is probably what I usually do, and I put it on the side with some white eggs, white scrambled eggs and stuff like that. So Morningstar is definitely good. They also have a new thing that they do. They do these biscuits, sausage, egg and cheese biscuits. They also have the bacon, egg and cheese biscuits, which are actually pretty good. 270 calories. I'll have this with a cup of tea in the morning and I'm good. You can find Morningstar basically everywhere nowadays. You can find it at Walmart, you can find it at Target. You can find it in any of your grocery stores. If you're here in the South, Kroger has it, Publix has it. If you're like in the Maryland, DC, Virginia area, Giant has it. These are everywhere. If you're in the New York area, Pathmark has it. So yeah, you can find Morningstar basically everywhere. All right, so I'm gonna move on to Boca now. Now Boca is probably the reason why vegetarian meat has such a bad rap. That's how bad Boca tastes. In my opinion, at all costs, go ahead and stay away from Boca. Boca, oh. But the only thing that they do right is they do their original chicken patty. They do this right. Morningstar has one that's really good. But this one is actually good as well. If I ever get Boca, it's gonna be this. The other ones taste like cardboard, trash. At all costs, stay away from Boca. But if you do want to try Boca, they do make one thing that's good, and that's their chicken patties. You can also find Boca at all the places that you can find Morningstar as well. Alright, so the next one that's up is Worthington. Okay, now Worthington is not as easily accessible as the last two brands that I just showed you, but if you can find it, then you have struck gold, because they also make some really good vegetarian meat. The only downside to Worthington is I think that their sodium content is a little higher than the other ones, but the taste is definitely good. They have steaklets. They also make something called dinner roast, which is their turkey. That is really good. I don't have any because it's also super expensive. Worthington also makes croquets that are supposed to like mimic crab cakes. Those, they taste so good. I love them. They also have something that's called Stripples. It's their breakfast bacon. This is also good. Actually, Worthington is probably expensive. It's more expensive than Morningstar and Boca. But Worthington has so many things. They have hot dogs. They have actual like ground meat that you can make your own burgers with. I mean, they have like a wide variety of things. They also have canned vegetarian meat. They have chili. Okay, things that you can buy in a can. My local Walmart actually sells Worthington, but that has to do with my demographic. You know, Walmart, the Walmart in your area sells the things that they sell because there is a large amount of people that will buy it. There are a lot of vegetarians in the town that I live in, so the vegetarian section is definitely large. But if you can find if you can find Worthington at your health food store or at your grocery store, definitely give them a try, because most of what they make also is good. I can't talk about vegetarian meat without talking about tofu. Now, tofu is one of those things that people have mixed feelings about it, and you know what, I do too. It's basically how you prepare it. Tofu is going to taste good based on how you prepare it. So my tip would be just to make sure that you cook it with a lot of things that are flavorful. It's like a sponge. It soaks up anything that you put in it, or it's like a sponge. So if you spice it up real good, it'll absorb that, and it will taste good as well. Another tip that I have is don't cut the portions so big. The thing about tofu, for me, I don't like the texture. That texture kind of irritates me, so if I cut it small, it makes it easier for me to be able to tolerate. There's one other brand that's good that I don't have here with me right now. It's called Eve's Veggie Cuisine. I featured that brand in another video that I did way back, and they do cutlets. Worthington does cutlets too, and theirs are really good. They have salami, they have all sorts of stuff, so check them out on that too. But they do a cutlet that's like, it tastes like bologna. Back when I used to eat meat, I loved bologna, and so they do a cutlet that I definitely wanted to mention here. They also do a ground meat that is good, that you can just put in like tacos or your eggs. Yeah, they do that. It's really good. The only thing I would stay away from their line is their hot dogs. Not that good. Very rubbery. Not good. Probably the best hot dogs I would probably say are Worthington and Morningstar. They make really good hot dogs. If you go with Morningstar, you basically can't go wrong. The only thing that I can say that I don't favor that much is their Griller Prime. It's different than the Griller Original, but I meet people who like the Griller Prime. I just don't particularly care for it. My dad doesn't care for it, my mom likes it, and my sister likes it, but that's the only one that I don't particularly care for. But you know, it's not bad. But anything else from the Morningstar line is good. They have chicken patties that are good, they have chicken nuggets, they have corn dogs that are so good. I love their corn dogs. Boca, stick away from it. Just don't even, if you see Boca, just keep walking. Just pass by Boca. But if you must, because usually they're just a little bit cheaper than Morningstar, go ahead and hit up the chicken patty. And if you can find Worthington, I mean, you're pretty much game on everything that they have. The sodium is high, you gotta watch it, but the taste is definitely good, with the highlights being dinner roast. The stripples are good, don't overcook them. Steaklets are good. They have leanies, which is their hot dogs. Those are good as well. If you have any questions, oh, the chili too, don't forget the chili. If you have any questions, hit me up down below in the comment section. I'll be willing to answer any questions that you have or any video requests concerning this topic. So yeah, guys, I think that's it. If you have any questions, again, leave them down in the comment section below. All my social media network thingies will be down in the description bar: Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Don't forget to hit me up. To my new subscribers, thank you for joining in on my journey. To everyone, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time in another one. And as always, God bless. Alright, so there's Boca. Oh, Boca just, ooh, I can't stand Boca. Just pass by Boca. Lord, that goat. Hallelujah. Thank you for the goat. Okay, come on, somebody.